We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage. And we are underway from Houston. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
And it felt like it watching the game tape. He got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
To throw on second down, Foster. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a third down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have a Giants first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. Well, and you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. Third down conversion here is big. Foster now on first down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. Now Foster throwing on first, and he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Back to throw. Foster finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And he hits the upright, but it caroms in anyway. Boy, plenty of distance there as he banks it in. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And he comes to the end of the season leading the NFL in passing yards. And that's not necessarily something you set out to do at the beginning of the year, but it's a good illustration of how remarkable and consistent he's been all season.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
These two teams, you may recall, they didn't play each other till late in the year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in Week 13. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Back to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
7 yards to pick up there. This defense for the Giants, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And this Giants defense getting off the ball quickly. They stop him behind the line again. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 25-yard line.
I have no crystal ball up here. I can't truly see into the future. But if they don't start getting some pressure on him, make him move around a little bit and do something with the receivers to, change up their timing, they're just going to get shredded as we've seen so far. Right now, they're off to a blazing start.
Yeah, and you are right. He looks way too comfortable back there in the pocket.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a pillow back there for him, all right? If as a defensive guy, they've got to dump him on his backside a few times, shake things up.
Yeah, they're going to need an in-drive adjustment here in this first series. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Now back to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. But he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Late in the season now, MVP chatter starts, and he might be on the fringe. This is always an award that goes quarterback, running back, usually quarterback. A lot of bias. Does he deserve consideration?
He more than deserves consideration because the way the game is played in the NFL now, it's a pass-first league, right? So that means that people are going to adjust their defenses for him each and every week, and he's still putting up big-time numbers. I know the quarterbacks, the running backs get it, but he should be firmly in the race for MVP.
And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Oilers have taken the lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Now for the point after. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the result, a Houston touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. As the Giants head back out there, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Foster to throw on 3rd down. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th.
He was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
He's picked off at his own 46.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. The Giants on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Foster. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he will have a Giants first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Foster. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's going to work this one down to about the 5.
2nd and 3, and they trail 7-3, but getting close to changing that. And his defense hoping to limit them to a field goal to preserve the lead.
Steps away to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
And his kick here is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
And the drive starts with a completion left side. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
Get it! Get it!
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Baldwin. And he goes out right around the 39. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. And he's got his big tight end here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got this down to the 35.
We really didn't have any doubt that he was going to be one of the top-rated rookies coming into the league, especially as a runner. And he's given us no reason to change our minds. That's a big-time run, and the production that he showed us in college is translating very well into the National Football League.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Oh, able to avoid him. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll set up to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Oilers add 6 to their lead.
So a tiptoe catch back in the end zone, so tough to do, but he made it look pretty easy.
Certainly did, and the back of the end zone is treated the same way as the sideline. You have to get your feet down, inbounds, for it to count as a catch. How about the backgrounds of some of these guys, though? Did they work on it? Maybe some of them were ballet, some dance, who knows?
Yeah, you and I were talking the other day. I remember one of my favorite kids shows growing up. I don't know that I want to name it, but guys like Lynn Swan, they used to be on there showing their ballet skill.
And you have to remember when they were kids and their parents would tell them to take the ballet classes, you know they were fighting them like crazy. But right now they're saying, thanks, Mom.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. What can they do now, Charles, to make sure this highlight montage doesn't continue to show more pressure and pressure and pressure?
You feel like it always comes back to leverage, don't you? Who is going to win that battle of the offensive and defensive lines? Low man wins, we talk about that, but we think about it in a running game. Well, guess what? The same thing happens when you're trying to pass protect. Are you low? Are you balanced? Are you in a position where the pass rush won't bowl you over on their way back to the quarterback? They've got to reestablish that in order to try and keep their man upright.
As they have been bowled over a lot so far in this one.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Foster. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Well, they did go run, so you were right. Maybe a little more breathing room for 4th down.
Well, no one wants to be accused of playing it safe, right? But instead, they would just reverse it and say, we're playing it smart.
And the Giants send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Oh, nice move. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give him 5 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. Now he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis?
They'll take the offset. When you talk about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of a season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
They'll be hoping to make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the 2nd quarter. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Let's go, baby.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 18.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I think they tried to fool him on that one. You know, being able to throw the ball to the fullback position. No one was fooled on that play.
No, lost yardage. You think they should yank that one from the playbook, at least for the time being?
I think what you do is you take it out and you evaluate it next week in practice.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Oilers are able to stretch out their lead. It seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 15 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Giants now going to take over late in this first half, as they'll take over with just under a minute left to play. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Throwing to start the drive. Foster. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
the leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
They'll look to throw here.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off near the 26. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He finds his man, complete. It's Myers. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now Foster to throw. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone.
And, that would get a wide up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. A final shot before break. Foster. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where you see the final score there. The Packers are not going down without a fight as they pick up their 5th win of the year with 2 games remaining on the schedule. From there, let's head to Philly to see what's happening with the Eagles. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. The Eagles could never get the ship going in the right direction this year, but they do get the win there and up their mark to 6-9. And then finally, a good one on Monday Night Football between the LA Rams and what equates to be a very tough opponent. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Giants. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for our home team, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. And this offense set to go now to begin the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
2nd and 6. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll let the QB keep it here off the option.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Pretty good job there defensively of stringing that one out.
Yeah, you've got a quarterback who's waiting and waiting for something to develop, and it just never materialized, and down he went behind the line of scrimmage.
Second and 11 now.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? And we usually talk about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took him to the limits.
And his kick is good. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? You know, shorter drops? Maybe they do something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect your quarterback. They've got to figure something out, though, because you cannot let your guy get hit that much, not if you intend to win.
I know they'd like to erase that video and those 4 sacks that they've seen so far.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Here's Foster from the gun on 3rd down. He finds his man, complete. That's Myers.
And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. Foster now on 1st and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
Baby, let's go!
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Now Foster on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Foster. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That catch good for only a couple.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. He'll try again. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer.
So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And it is good. That cuts the lead now to 11, 24, 13 our score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
64 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the C's opened up for him.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
This is it.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. The offense on third down tonight, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Oilers are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs, and if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Throwing to start the drive. Foster. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Foster. And a quick throw here. That's complete.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Back to throw again. That's out to Hill, right side complete. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. From the gun, Foster. And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Giants go on fourth, but come up empty. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And now here's a carry heading left. And he's going to get this pretty close to the first down marker at the Giants' 18-yard line. 76 yards rushing for him now to this point. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first.
But they were in the red zone, and they needed a first down. Was it a surprise to you that they went to the tight end?
Not at all. I thought, though, the defense might put a little more pressure on him, but still able to complete it.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now whistles here, and we've got a man down. Man down on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. Looking to throw. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. And this one is right through. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
Foster throwing on first down. Over the middle, complete. That's Myers. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now Foster to throw on 2nd down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted a 3rd of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This time it's 3rd and 3. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route, complete.
And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Here's Foster on 1st and 10, and that's incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Foster now on third down. Myers got it, complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory. Down at the 31. Back to throw. Foster. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Now Foster on 1st down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw again, Foster. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Foster to throw on 3rd down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and run for it. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. They're going to look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football. And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue. Exercise those fingers. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And unable to get downhill there, so he'll take this up to about the 37. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. They'll set up a throw. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
And they'll send out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter.
It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10.
New York's offense back out there and set to go. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Now Foster to throw. Throwing on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Looking left side, and it's complete. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Here's Foster on 1st and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So for the home team here, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13-2 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Minnesota Vikings come to town. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they fall under 500 now as they drop to 7-8. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.